There was a current magazine at that time, and I looked at it, and it just felt like I could do better. And at that time, I didn't really know anyone, and I just said, let me try it. And I went to a publishing company and asked them about how do I start a magazine, and the gentleman told me, you gotta have $15,000. And it was crazy that they actually said, we'll write you a check for that. As long as you leave us exclusive for the rest of your living life in the publication. I said, no, not a problem. And I went back to the publishing company, and I told them I have it, I'm ready.
So this is your magazine, huh?
Yes, it is.
Tell me a little bit about it.
So I started the publication around 9 years ago. And I was sitting in a jail.
Hopefully on the right side of the bars.
Yeah, it was, absolutely. And there was a current magazine at that time, and I looked at it, and it just felt like I could do better. And at that time, I didn't really know anyone, and I just said, let me try it. And I went to a publishing company and asked them about how do I start a magazine, and the gentleman told me, you gotta have $15,000. So to me at that time, 15 G's was like, that's crazy.
Might as well have been $1 million.
How am I gonna get that? And I went to one big sponsor that I actually used their service years before then, and I told them what I wanted to do, and it was crazy that they actually said, we'll write you a check for that.
Get out of here.
As long as you leave us exclusive for the rest of your living life in the publication. I said, no, not a problem. And I went back to the publishing company, and I told them I have it, I'm ready. I opened up an account and everything. He's like, listen, Dan, I was only playing with you, man, because so many people want to start a magazine. You really need just six G's. You don't need 15. So it was a beautiful experience.
Well, we got to give a shout out. Who was that company?
Mountainside. I was in New Jersey.
That's awesome.
Small company, but he was a good guy.
All right, so you've got now 3 months in the bank almost, 2.5 months in the bank. What happened next?
And then from there, I just went to, again, I was just one officer for one department. And when you're in the publishing business, and you just need to know everyone. So I just went to one guy that he was running the Patterson Police, very popular guy, a cop's cop. And I went to his office. I said, listen, he's a union boss. And I told him, I heard many great things about you. I need your help. I'm starting this publication. I don't know anyone. And I think someone like you could actually help me build it up. And he's like, you know what, kid? I like you. I like your platform. Whatever you need from Patterson Police, we're here. And that's how, it all started. And we went to state corrections, and it just grew until, all the doors were, they were always open for me. So I was blessed.
So you've had some great writers, huh? Talk to me a little bit about that for people who have never read this magazine.
Well, fast forward it, 9 years, which today, we have the best writers that in this profession, the national leaders in law enforcement. They actually love to write for the publication because they really believe in what we believe in, which is the unfiltered voice of law enforcement. One thing I'm big on is I don't like to be controlled by an organization, by a union, by an officer. I have no boss. So I really believe that this publication has given me that life where I can actually say, I want to know more about you. And I don't have to worry about some organization or union or department telling me, no, don't do it, because that's not who we want to hear about. I'm full-time with the magazine, and I'm having a great time. And back to your question with the national writers, we have Chris Tonto-Peranto, which is awesome individual. I think you met him.
Yep, great guy.
Sheriff David Clark,
Yep.
He writes for us, and it's just, beautiful people too.
Did I hear that Bernie writes for you too? Bernie Carey?
Bernie too, yeah. Actually, Bernie's one of my mentors now. He's such a smart, powerful person.
If he was real smart, he would have been up here with you today.
You know what? I was gonna keep it out. And,
no. I'm gonna stick that knife right in there. Should have been up here with whiskey.
I could have made that final decision. You know that, and I actually said, don't worry about Bernie. But
oh, so you're the one I've got to.
You know what? I was just talking to my buddy about that, but he'll be here next time.
Good, excellent. People who want to check out the magazine, how can they do that?
Just go to thebluemagazine.com. There's going to be articles that are firsthand experience of officers on the job. You'll love it, whether you're a civilian, you're a cop, it doesn't matter. To me, we named it Blue because I really believe that, there is so many divisions in law enforcement. I mean, you could be a correction officer, a street cop, a court officer. I mean, at the end of the day, I meet so many personalities that everyone thinks they're doing the best, right? So when I go to another division, I realize there's actually, this guy's better than this guy. So it's like so much knowledge from all divisions in law enforcement. So the Blue Magazine.com, you will see, a different realm, a different avenue for so many officers that represent many divisions.
I got to give you a big shout out, man, because as I was reading through earlier, what really resonated for me was that you're right. It's sort of that unfiltered, no BS. That's how law enforcement today was founded, which is just be a voice for those who don't have a voice. And to a point that you brought up earlier, everybody talks about our Constitution, and cops really don't have the same amendment of freedom of speech that your typical American citizen does. Well, because they have to be filtered because of their department.
And you know what's crazy so you're talking about just one angle, which is the general public's angle, which is, we're very limited on what we can say. But there's actually a bigger cloud in law enforcement where you're not able to express what you want to say, nothing to do with the public, but within the family, where the powerhouses at times, our own brothers, our own sisters that are leading big organizations, big departments, big unions, at times, they are the ones that are contributing to this type of isolation where you can't express yourself. And that's where I come along and say, you know what, this is your magazine. So if you're not liked, if no one really believes that you should have a voice, you come to me and we'll give you a voice. It doesn't matter who's behind you or not. So that's I wanted to touch on that because you just kind of mentioned that. It's very important to me.
Spectacular magazine, Blue. Guys, highly, highly encourage you to go check it out. And I also think, not for nothing, man, but I love supporting companies that support publications like this because it's a ballsy move. We're in a super divided society where all of a sudden now you support police and your business comes under attack. Our agency has come under attack countless times. When we announced our campaign to donate $500,000 in services to do this, to tell the stories behind the uniforms, we were inundated with fake one-star reviews from people saying they were going to put us out of business. We told them all to kiss our American asses. We doubled the donation, but not every business is like that. So it takes a backbone, it takes a spine to come forward and to support a magazine like this. So a big shout out to all those sponsors.
Thank you. You're actually right. The sponsors, I've been blessed. I mean, these guys are, some of them are more passionate about law enforcement than the actual cop, straight up. I mean, they really love and admire the profession. They support us. So, I mean, these guys that are there, they really, really, really love and respect what we do. So, to me, I'm just as close to them as I am to our guys because they're that important to us, And the key thing about the sponsors is they really support a lot of good organizations. I mean, Brothers Before Others, to me, is one of my favorite ones in law enforcement. They've done so many great things. But these guys support organizations that really need the help.
No doubt.
And I'm always thankful for them, and I'm blessed to have met them.
Brother, speaking of blessed,
I'm blessed. Keep doing your thing, man. Great.
You too. Thanks for coming up. Thanks for sharing this video, guys. God bless America.